Hey, let's read the newest chapter of One Piece. Let's go! Okay, let's see if they show us how the Odin boils to death. I don't really want to see it, so I'm a little scared. 971 sentenced to boil. And of course, getting bashed on my family, keep going goods, it's all up to you. Well, I'm not really interested in that right now. Let's get into the chapter. So we are going back to Lady Toki with her children. Don't eat that, Momonosuke. It hasn't been tasted for poison yet. Mother, why is my life in danger? And this dude is tasting food for them? I'm not sure if I saw him before. He looks familiar, but I can't quite place it. And Toki answers, because your father is a great man, and you are meant to one day carry this nation on your shoulders. It is safe for you, Lord Momonosuke, Lady Hiyori, the guy says after tasting their food. And Momo says, Mother, is it true that today father will be... And he's crying, looking so sad and cute. And Hiyori is surprised, brother? So I guess they didn't tell her about the death sentence their father got, maybe because she's too little, but I guess Mama got the news. Whoa. The public execution of Kazuki Oden and his 9 vassals will begin momentarily, and we see this huge cauldron that is boiling. I can't help it. I have to tell you about it. There's a Russian folk tale, and in the end, the hero is like set to boil in big cauldrons. But when he jumps into this boiling cauldron, he doesn't boil in it. Instead, he comes out like healthier and younger, thanks to the help of the magical horse he befriended. But the evil king, seeing this, he thinks to himself, oh, I want to be younger and healthier too. And he jumps into this boiling cauldron and he boils to death because he is now the hero of this story. And I don't know, this boiling cauldron just reminded me of that tale. Hurry, it's not every day you get to see a boiling. It only takes a second because they use oil. We don't want to miss it. Okay, so he is going to boil not in water, but in boiling oil. That is interesting. I'm not sure what are implications of that. And they're saying that it will be only seconds, so I guess at least his death would not be too elongated, like he will not suffer too much. Because can you imagine how painful it should be boiling to death? Oh my gosh. So he couldn't beat Kaiser in the air. Even for a fool of a lord, I thought his strength was the real deal. So what was he good for anyway? Okay, so these are the execution grounds. Sakura petals are flowing, of course, so we are in the flower capital. And we see Kaido and maybe Orochi. Yes, Orochi near him, sitting high above, and they're drinking sake, I think, looking pretty happy. And you see, Kaido has bandages on his torso, so it's obviously from the scar Odin gave him. Odin is saying, I request that you give me a chance. It is imperative that I survive. Wow, that's shocking. And Kaida looks really angry, so he told that to Kaida. Can you imagine? He's not begging for life. He is like saying you have to spare me. Okay, what will happen next? Into the pot already. No more jokes. Don't beg for your life now. One of the underlings is saying, and he's sleeping, and he is the one falling into the cauldron and boiling to death. What the? Oh, help! Help me! Oh, damn! Oh, no! Stay away! What? Oh, damn! He managed to climb out of the cauldron, but obviously he died anyway from severe burn from boiling oil, and his corpse looks Uh, it looks disgusting. It looks very sad. Okay, I don't really want to see this happen to Odin. Okay, Odin is saying, all 10 of us will enter the pot together. If any of us withstand the boiling for the amount of time you agree upon, please let them go free. Lord Odin, what is this? Withstand? This is an instantaneous death sentence. Okay, so again they showed us random guy boiling right away because he couldn't stand it. But our guys are so tough that they can stay in this boiling oil for some time, staying alive and not getting any severe burns or not dying from any severe burns. Oh yes, so this is Odin's offer. Let's see what kind of answers. It would be epic to see. Go get a clock to count the time, Kaida says. Yes, sir. You have 1 hour. Let's see you last that long. It's enough time to get lightheaded in the bath. Okay. He gave them 1 hour. So if they get through this 1 hour and stay alive in this boiling pot, then all the scabbards will be set free. It's interesting because Odin said that it is imperative that he stays alive, but his only condition was to set free his allies. He didn't ask to spare himself. Do I have your word on that? Odin asks. Of course. I'm not sure. Should you really trust Kaida's words? Because he betrayed you already? I guess you had some kind of a deal and he didn't hold his end of the deal. You still won't just give up, people are murmuring. Can you make it quick? I got errands to run. Pathetic to the very end. Okay, so Odin already jumps into the cauldron and he is feeling it. He's crying. Yeah, he's not crying, he's yelling. Okay, this is an incredible panel. It conveys so much emotion. Damn, how can he withstand that? And of course, our guys are scabbards are into him too. And you see Denjiro here in the corner. So you see Denjiro was here during the execution after him. And we'll meet again in the afterlife. All of you, get on top of the plan. This is not what I expected at all. Oh, damn, this manga subverts my expectations all the time. Can you believe this, guys? So that was Odin's plan. He is going to stay in this boiling oil himself, and he's going to take the lead from the cauldron, I guess that's what it is, and hold onto this lead all of his red scabbards. So they are not getting straight directly into the oil. He's going to actually save them that way. I'm not sure if that's fair, but well, Kaida wasn't playing fair before too, so I guess Odin's plan to at least save his allies if he can, so they can in turn protect his son Momo. Damn, this is a panel. This is a godlike panel. And we see, yeah, all the scabbards here, and Jira and Ashura Doji, and people, Kinemon, Ryzen, yes, Kanjuro, yes, everyone. Everyone. Oh, damn. How can you betray Odin after he did this for you? You know, in this moment, I can't really believe that any of the red scabbards can be traitors. Well, first of all, many years later, they should still remember this thing Odin did for them. And they wouldn't be executed in the first place if they were spies or traitors. But even if they became traitors later, like how can you betray the family of a person who saved you like that? No, Lord Odin, stop this! It ought to be the other way around, Lord Odin. We should be the ones to hold you up. Lord Odin, shut up and stay there. This is an order. Damn, blood is coming from his mouth. Lord Odin! And you see that all the scabbards really care. They all are shocked by his decision, of course. Hey, what's going on? His vessels aren't even touching the oil. Orochi's complaining. But all 10 of them are within the pot. It's true, very entertaining. Well done, Oden, Kaido is saying. He's holding up 9 great big men on his own. That would take incredible physical strength already, but to do it while standing in boiling oil, can you believe how cool Odin is? Damn, he, he scarred Kaido. He could win against Kaido. He could, if it weren't for that granny who deceived him. And now he's standing in boiling oil, holding this incredible weight and withstanding the torture that, some random guy, this classical riffraff, he got boiled in like a second and died almost instantly. And Odin, Odin is holding on. And we see Shinobu crying in the crowd, thinking, Lord Odin, time is ticking. Oh, they have a very beautiful cloak. It looks interesting. And we see Lord Odin put us down. What's the matter? It hasn't even been 1 minute yet. Oh, damn. How strong can one man's skin be? One of the Oniwabanshu is saying. And people are still watching. And oil is still boiling. But Odin is still standing his ground. I feel as though that heat alone is going to bake me alive, Ryza says. Stop whining, Ryza, I'll really give you something to complain about. All we gotta do is stand here, Nekamamushi yells. And Denjiro says, don't move, pet. The shifting will weigh on him below. And that's very considerate. Alright, blood comes out of Odin's hands and his feet, arms. He's really suffering, and only 4 minutes pass. Can you imagine? Can he really withstand this for an hour? And you have to remember, it really reminds me of like the beginning of his journey. When he joined Whitebeard, he had to hold on to that chain for quite a long time. So it showed his endurance. And once again, in I guess the ending and the finishing line of his journey, he is still showing us this endurance. And this is crazy. This is one really important trait about him. I guess he's not only strong, he can endure a lot. And we can also say that about our main characters, Luffy, and especially Zoro. I think Zoro is like a king of endurance. So that is really interesting. 4 minutes pass. I heard it was only supposed to take a second. This is surprisingly boring. I thought he'd be screaming and dying in agony and such. I'm gonna get going now. I can't waste any more of my time on this fool of a lord. And this really gets Shinobu going. She gets angry. How dare you call him that? Say it one more time and I'll end your life. What's that woman doing? Look out. She's got a sword. Kunaichi. And yeah, she's got a sword. And she did use some sharp weapons before when she came to Odin's aid. And now, in the present time, she says she's afraid of sharp objects. And she really changed a lot. Maybe in the present time, it's not actually Shinobu. It's someone else posing as Shinobu. Did you think about that? That would be crazy. Okay. Or maybe she got her fear of sharp objects in this 20 years. Let's see. Stop, the guy's saying. The one she's attacking. You are the fools, she's yelling. That's Shinobu, Captain, one of the Oniwabanshu is saying to the main Oniwabanshu. I don't remember their names. What is Shinobu doing? Nimon says. Why is she making such a scene? And she's yelling. Who do you think has been ensuring that you all live in peace? If you lose Lord Odin now, you'll all come to understand. you'll know just how much misery he kept at bay. Orochi is no shogun or even a dictator. Orochi doesn't want to rule over a populace. And they show us a conversation. If you ask me, every single person in this land is guilty of persecuting the Kurozumi clan. I don't care if every last one of them dies. That was Orochi's words to Oden, but I guess Shinobu heard them. Maybe she was in the castle at the time. And then he said in that flashback, I took the shogun's throne to drive this country into ruin, to complete my vengeance. So yeah, there was a theory that Orochi is oblivious, that he doesn't understand the poor state the country is in, but actually it is his goal to drive this country into ruin because he wants to like avenge his clan. Years ago, my grandpa committed a crime and was forced to commit seppuku. Our clan fell into ruin, and that was one thing. But then the rest of the family left behind was chased and terrorized by strangers who claimed they were performing justice. It's the Kurozumis! And we see poor women running away, all blooded, and other Kurozumi clan members. They beat us, threw us in the river, killed us. I was so terrified of the mob of fools that I could not sleep. The man who committed the crime was long dead at this point. Apparently, even a child can be a criminal if he happens to have the name Kurozumi, the bloodline of the daimyo killer. And Oden was shocked. He didn't know about this. Well, he was shocked. Like, that was their conversation. You know, when Oden just returned to Wano and he came to kill Orochi, and I guess they're showing their conversation now. So Oden was shocked in the moment. So everyone in Wano is a target for my vengeance. You will reap what you have sown. So he admitted to Oden about this. Then from a back, what, what, what is going on? What? And Shinobu is saying, then from a room in the back, he produced, so she's explaining all this to people gathered here. He produced a tribute for Kaido, a great stock of weapons, and many hundreds of kidnapped people. And we see like children, men, women, crying, tied up. They'll be sold, tortured, or killed. So, weapons and slaves. Once handed over, their lives would be finished, their fates sealed. Lord Oden was furious, but then Orochi made a suggestion. So Kaido was already there, and Oden was going to fight him at that time. But then Orochi made a suggestion. So I suppose I know where this goes. So like, I will free all these people that are said to be slaves, and you will dance for many years. Is it what's going to happen? You want to stop the kidnapping, but if you go to war against us, you will lose far more than you bargained for. The enemy was an agent of vengeance with no interest in the good of the country, Shinobu explains. It was clear that more would be lost than just the question of victory or defeat. So Lord Oden chose to accept Orochi's offer. He made a public dance in the bath at the same time every week as an apology to the Kurozumi clan. Then he would lose all of his standing, but he would save 100 lives with each dance. He trusted their promise that 5 years later they would agree to sail away from this country when they were done building their ships. So, and we see Kaido is laughing, and Orochi is laughing listening to her speech. It's so low, Kaido. Ah. So he traveled from region to region every week, making certain that nothing had changed for all of these years. Lord Oden has been protecting this land. So tell me again, who are you calling a fool of a lord? And Shinobu is crying, and we see Oden still holding this weight, still holding on. And yeah, that's the end of the chapter. I don't know. All these chapters are making me cry. It's just so sad. That was an epic chapter. And you know, you really see in this chapter how loyal all the scabbards are to Odin and how indebted they are to him, and you see how loyal is Shinobu. So if nothing changes for her, she might not actually be a traitor, as I suspected from some time from after the last chapter 970. But I don't know. This is a strange thing, about the her being scared of sharp objects and her changing so much. So maybe Shinobu in the present is not actually Shinobu, or something happened that made her stop being so loyal. We'll see. Anyway, that was a great chapter. Thank you very much for watching, and see ya.